Well, a leaked draft of a Supreme Court decision overturning the landmark Roe versus Wade case means abortion could become illegal in various states in the U.S. The decision has sent shock waves around the country and has some wondering if other rights could be in jeopardy. Pat Bean reports.
If the Supreme Court's final decision mirrors that of the leaked draft, it could end a nearly 50-year nationwide guarantee of a woman's right to an abortion.
This is an earthquake. I mean, never before has the Supreme Court rolled back an individual personal right under the Constitution like this that people had been accustomed to for almost 50 years.
The decision would allow each state to decide the legality of abortions. Sanders says states such as Texas and Oklahoma likely would eliminate abortion altogether. He believes Indiana could follow their lead. Several hundred protesters, mostly pro-choice, rallied around Monument Circle in Indianapolis Wednesday evening.
Making sure that they know that we expect to be protected and we expect for them to do their jobs as it relates to us, so that at the state level we need them to take control because the federal level hasn't.
Sanders says the reversal of Roe could lead states to file cases which could overturn other current rights, such as same-sex marriage, which only became a right under the Constitution in 2015.
I would have said a year ago that I didn't think that was feasible. Now I'm not so sure. A right-wing Supreme Court majority willing to do this seems capable of potentially doing anything.
Because what was leaked was a draft opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito, it will likely undergo changes as other justices weigh in.
I still would urge caution. Justice Alito is a maximalist, and it makes sense that he was going to swing for the fences in writing this. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what the opinion would have looked like when it was finally issued. Now we'll see.
The court's final decision is not expected until June. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Pat Bean.
We're joined now by Brandon Smith, who covers the State House for Indiana Public Broadcasting, for what the decision could mean for Indiana. Brandon, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Joe.
So, do you expect lawmakers to call for a special session to introduce abortion legislation after the Supreme Court releases its decision?
Lawmakers can't call for a special session themselves. Only the governor can call a special session, but they've already asked him to do that. They sent a letter. 100 Republicans out of 110 in the General Assembly sent a letter to the governor in March saying if and when the Supreme Court rules on abortion, as they are expected to do in a couple months or about a month from now, they would like the governor to call a special session so they can enact legislation.
Now, some states could ban abortion altogether and even criminalize it. So how far do you think Indiana legislators will go? What have you heard?
I think legislative leaders aren't saying exactly what they'll swing for at this point. They're waiting for the final decision from the Supreme Court, but I would expect them to go as far as the Supreme Court lets them in banning abortion.
I know we're going to hear from Governor Holcomb in just a bit, but do you expect him to sign anything that comes across his desk?
My personal opinion is that he would, although right now he's not saying much. He's only saying that he wants to wait for what the Supreme Court's final decision says. And when pressed about his personal opinion on abortion, he said this.
I have a hard time being the person that's part of taking of a life. And I'll review the decision that has impact on that.
Brendan, there's thinking that other rights, such as same-sex marriage, could be the next target by the right. So where does the Indiana GOP stand on that issue?
I think many legislators would try to re-ban same-sex marriage in Indiana. The question is what legislative leaders would like to do. I think the business community would certainly have something to say about that, and it's unclear how far they'd go.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.